It is Sunday. Uh it's a little busy. I was a little busy this past weekend, and I'm trying to put a quick show together. This is going to be a full show. It's just going to be quick, like t- 10, maybe 20 minutes if we're lucky, just to talk about life, talk about things that are going on right now. And maybe if I'm done with the things I need to do for the rest of the evening, I could come back and we could do like a midnight show. Come up with a nice clever name for it, something that has a nice ring to it. Because there's going to be some things coming up. Not gonna get into all of it, but there's gonna be some interesting things, coming up here soon. Give me 1 second. My computer's on a really big delay. I just need to see that I'm actually live real quick. Because if not, then I'm just talking to myself and I'm gonna end up being committed. Let's see. YouTube, tell me something good. Um yeah, okay, no, it looks like we're live. Then we're good. Hey Isabel, what's going on? Isabel, I heard you're starting trouble. I have no idea what that's about, but I've been contacted by other creators. I've been contacted by silent viewers of people that I've never even heard, like silent viewers I've never heard of, trying to get the scoop. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm just here to do my stuff here. Um, Summer's coming up, which means I'll have a little bit more free time in the morning and maybe even on some evenings. So that's gonna give me more time to work on some stuff because I'm working on some actual videos, not just lives. Because I mean, everyone could just click a button and go live. I've said it before; it's not that hard. uh, and I, suggest that everyone give it a try at least once just to see if it's your kind of thing, if it's something that you're into. But when I first started this, I was doing like actual videos with, some research. I'd put in, some nice, low tier, but some nice fancy editing at the same time. And I kind of want to get back into that. It takes a lot more time, but I think I'll have the time to, kind of balance that out. So yeah, soon we'll do some videos. I know on my YouTube, on my Facebook, I went ahead and I mentioned, um, I had mentioned about this whole made in China now becoming sold by China, which is like Timu, Alibaba, Sheen, and I know there's some other ones like basically anything you could get on what's that website? Basically those sites to where you'll see a product listed and it'll be listed for like $2 here, and you could buy tens of dozens of these for $10. I know a lot of those aren't that great. There's some products that are, like, I've heard people mention to me that, yeah, like I get this, it's all right, it's decent and stuff like that. But I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to actually like research it a little bit. I've already gotten some studies that people have released from some of these makeup products, like Isabel mentioned. What I want to do is I want to get a piece of clothing from each to compare it, and then try and find like a retail version of that. Then I want to get like a piece of jewelry from each, piece of makeup from each, and probably a tech gadget because I think that's something I could use, like something techy, something fun, like a toy for me or something. And I want to compare. I want to put them through a test. I never shy away from a good, um, science project. So I am going to test to see what's really in these makeup products people buy. I want to see how much bacteria actually comes on the packaging alone, not only the product, and how durable it is. Okay, so I'm not gonna do any makeup testing. I'm gonna have someone do that for me. But the jewelry, maybe the clothes, I'll see if I can find some guys' clothes and stuff on there and really test it out. It's probably gonna be a series because it's gonna take forever for everything to come. Hopefully, I get that pushed up pretty quick, and I think it's gonna be pretty interesting to see because I want to do a bacteria growth test on this to show like how dangerous these products could be, like how hazardous they are, and because there's already been like photos and reports done to where yeah, like there's uh rat feces and stuff like that just made like they're in the same warehouse where this stuff's made. So I want to go ahead and Talk about that. Maybe guide people to some reputable companies. I know there's like a lot of local people that actually do make makeup. There's people that make jewelry. There's people that make clothes. Do not use on human or animals. Take it to a lab. I'm getting a little lab kit sent to me. I'm gonna actually see what I could do to break down and see what's actually made into it. Hey, Patty Cakes, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a while. But that's just like one thing I'm working on. I have another two, maybe three. I might be able to combine it into two. Other things lined up to where it's gonna be like actual videos, not just like, oh, here, like let's talk about this kind of thing. It's gonna be like an actual thing that you could, just set. You could I'm gonna have the audio separate to where if you want to just, listen to me while you're driving or while you're at work or while you're doing dishes or something like that. There's gonna be some audio only things that I'm gonna see if I could get back on Spotify because I used to be on Spotify with my podcast. So I'm gonna see if I could go ahead and put that back up to where it could like play on Spotify. It was fun doing that project. It was very short lived. I did it for only maybe about a few months. I had I think 12 no I had 12, but I had only put up 9 episodes on Spotify. Um, that's something I want to do again. So, yeah. And I always have my inbox open. Anyone could always message me. And a I hate using other people's words, but a silent viewer went ahead and suggested a topic to me, and it's a topic that I've been familiar with. It's uh something that I was like really invested, like maybe about 2 years ago. Um, 1 second. Kate Yup is her name. And we're gonna get into like a little bit of a conspiracy theory here because there's so many things that have been said about this one YouTube creator. And here's a little backstory here. I don't know if anyone's familiar with mukbangs. What mukbangs are? It's basically when you do a live stream or you do a video and you just ingest lots and lots of food. It it was trendy for a while. It's kind of dying out now, but there's still some heavy hitters in the mukbang community. Nick Caught Avocado is probably the worst and the most infamous one, along with Trisha Paytas and a couple of other YouTubers that make a living just eating for their fans. I could do it, but I don't want to, knock them all out of the water because I could probably put some food back. Definitely can. Um, but we have this YouTube creator, and what she does is she eats food, lots of food, but you never see her face. She's never done a face reveal. You could just see from her lips down. And people started getting like a little suspicious on why she hides her identity. Why does she not just come out? She has over 1 million followers. Why the secrets? And people started noticing like, hey, she has bruises on her. Hey, she's missing teeth. Hey, she looks like, her lips cut. They do both. There's some people that will just go. There's actually someone from the valley. I was gonna do a video with her, but I ended up leaving the valley, so I couldn't really collaborate with her. But what she does is every week she goes to like a fast food place. She picks up like a couple like meals, and then she'll sit in her car and she'll just eat. But while she's eating, she's talking about um like the movies she saw in the past week. She's really into music, so she'll talk about like new albums that come out and that kind of stuff. So you could really eat anything because this one that I'm talking about, hey, what's going on, Debbie? This one that I'm talking about, what she does is she'll eat like a lot of Asian cuisine. Like you got octopus, you got raw salmon, and a bunch of like weird things like that that I probably would never eat. And then there's people who will just buy a bunch of food and they just combine it on top of each other. Like they'll make like a hot dog and they'll put like Twinkies on top of it. They'll put mustard on top of it. They'll put ice cream on top of it. And it's just more of a shock factor for that. But this one, she's kind of normal aside from the conspiracy theory. So the conspiracy theory with her is that she's a kidnapped victim and she's being forced to make these videos. And that's what the whole bruised arms is, the cut lip, the hold on. I really hate this thing that Windows pops up now. And let me just show you a little clip, and then we could talk more about her. Let me just pull this clip up. Okay.
This famous mukbang YouTube creator, Kate Yup. People believe she is actually kidnapped, and those kidnappers are making her do all these videos. So what happened? Well, a couple of years back, Kate uploaded a video on her channel. This was supposed to be a normal video, but her audience started noticing something odd in that Kate had a busted up lips. Also, her hand had multiple bruises. The comments started flooding in, asking her what was wrong, and in one specific video, she began tapping the side of a bowl with her fingers, and people claimed it was Morse code for help. She even spelled out SOS as an acronym in the subtitles to one of her videos. But all these were just an internet theory until this missing person report was found. Do you know this
Okay. Yeah. So there's captions that get put on her videos, but they'll be like odd placement of capital letters to where it'll be SOS, or it'll be an anagram to where it'll just say help if you put all the words on top of each other. And the question is she being human trafficked? Is she, a kidnapped victim? Is she um like a human slave? Where hey sus sus sus. Where my theory is, I think it's I hope this is what it is. I hope it's nothing, bad like, these theories that we're throwing out there. I think it's an internet troll. I think that this is someone who, little by little, the small theories were coming out, like very minor things, but then she saw that this is what was growing. This is what keep people are watching. This is why people keep watching, because they want to look for clues and stuff like that. So I'm thinking maybe, and this isn't the first time it happens. There's been plenty of YouTubers who built channels under the assumption that they're being um not trafficked, but they'll put up like a secret camera, and it'll just be, like a live stream of them, and they pretend not to know, so people are like, "Oh my gosh, someone's watching them, someone's stalking them." When they're in on it, it's called augmented reality, when you're just warping reality to fit some storyline that you're making. I could get into more of those like in a later video, on this one girl who had this whole lifestyle that she was rich and that she was well, not famous, but that she was rich and had all this wealth. But then as you watch more of the videos, you see that she starts descending into madness in a way. And people are really concerned. People are watching because they're like, oh my gosh, what is she going to say next? What is she going to do next? What's going on with her channel? When it was all just like play. It was all just, a way to gain views, a way to, create your own drama, which, a lot of people like to do this around here. So that's nothing new. So I think that would be an easy step for us to go into and like kind of investigate something like that. But that's my theory. I think it's she kind of grasped onto the little things that people were saying, and she's like, I could build up on this. I could continue building this. Another theory that someone came up with is that she's actually this MMA fighter, this MMA female fighter, because they have same you could see her nose sometimes, that they have the same nose, that it would make sense for her to have some bruising, some busted lips, and some missing teeth, and that she put out a fake name and created this YouTube channel because this is something that she likes, and it wouldn't hurt her image as a professional MMA fighter. I need to look up her name. And that makes sense. It also makes sense in the sense that someone who is an MMA fighter, who is constantly training, who is constantly going through all this, would be able to eat this like enormous amount of food and still stay thin, because you saw that she was, very thin. She wasn't like Ijunia Cooney kind of thin. I've talked about her before in the past too, but she doesn't seem like someone who would eat like all these amounts of food. Let me see if I could. And there's other times in her videos where it shows that, where it seems like someone is talking to her. Let's see this one.
When the lift driver.
Where is her other one? Ones.
Do you know this famous mukbang YouTube?
And I mean, she's still there, like, 1.6 million subscribers. She had disappeared for about 2 years to where she had stopped uploading, but recently, I think a month or two ago, she came back and started putting videos back up again. And I'd like to think that it's a hoax. One of those internet hoaxes, one of those amazing internet hoaxes that keeps people talking. Um, to be honest, this actually looks fake, this donut. But you got some raw ground beef. I mean, maybe she could throw in some eggs and make like steak tartare. But that's like there's no sound. Oh wait, that's because I have it muted. But you could like hear her chewing. I'm not a big fan of hearing people eat. Um, now here's all the little stats that I look at. Where is her comment section? Is it way at the bottom? I don't know where her comment section is. But in the comment, you'll have a whole bunch of people just sharing their theories and what will happen. There's oftentimes things moving in the background. There's time I'll look for the video and I'll post it on my Facebook later on, but to where you could hear a male's voice saying eat faster or hurry up or keep going. And that kind of just either builds on the theory that she's a kidnapped, she's a victim, or builds that hey, she thought ahead and she's trying to add some more story to this narrative of hers. Who's to say? I don't know, but just wanted to kind of talk about that again. And once again, like anyone's open to make suggestions on videos they want me to cover. I'm gonna dig into this a little bit more because I didn't see how many videos she's done recently. Takes her like I mean, you saw the length of the clip, like the length of the video. She will finish the whole thing by the end of the video. Mukbangs is kind of dangerous. There's some mukbangers that will like do some nice um I mean, like healthy meals, but still anything in huge quantities is bad for you. Oh, sorry, I was playing with my lightsaber. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna end it now. Like I said, I have a lot of things that I need to do here on the house, lots of cleaning, which is why I found my lightsaber, which looks super cool on camera. I never noticed. Maybe tonight I'll come back. We'll do another talk to where we can just talk about whatever. I know everyone has a lot of topics that they like to throw in, and here's somewhere where all topics are welcome. Even if it puts me in the crossfire, I'll still talk about whatever. But you'll have a good time, a good night for the rest of the night. I think Jaime's live right now, so I'm sure some people go jump in there shortly as soon as he starts his show. But hey, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I have changed my title. I don't know why it says that it's still my last episode, so I need to go back and change that again. Da, 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 da. Yeah, I don't know why it's giving me that title. I had changed it, but I'll see you all.